Hey guys, Hitman89 here, I hope you're doing great. A few weeks ago I made the list with the best PC games of 2024, check it out if that's what you're looking for. But today I'm gonna show you 12 underrated PC games you probably never played. Before we check out the first game, whether it's the biggest PC games or the underrated ones, the best place to get them for the cheapest price is Instant Gaming. For real, instead of buying a game from Steam, you could get 2 games on Instant Gaming for the price of 1. For example, you could get Horizon Forbidden West Complete Edition and No Rest for the Wicked for just $60. Instant Gaming is 100% legit. All the games come straight from the authorized resellers, so go ahead and use the link in the description and get your favorite games for super cheap. It's a direct way to support the channel and the best way to get more games for less money. Now let's have a look at the first game on my list. Angerfoot is basically what Hotline Miami would have been if it was an FPS made by a guy with a foot fetish. You get your sneakers stolen by a gang and you have to get them back by literally kicking the shit out of everyone. Oh, and the game takes place in
Shit City.
So you know I had to put Angerfoot on my list. It's hilarious, the art style is unique, the game is super fast paced, and most importantly, it's fun right away. You can't reload your gun, but you can throw it at the enemies to stun them. Speaking of enemies, when they kill you, they start dancing. Look, this piece of shit is even doing the chicken dance. Now if you're sick of replaying Skyrim for the 69th time while praying for Bethesda not to fuck up the upcoming Elder Scrolls game, then maybe you should play Tainted Grail: The Fall of Avalon. I started playing it last week and I was pleasantly surprised by how good it was. I really like the combat, it has some weight to it and it's challenging. You die pretty often in this game, especially in the beginning. Another thing I really like here is that the loot system is just like in Skyrim or Oblivion. So when you kill an enemy, you can loot the sword they're using, the clothes they're wearing, and basically everything else they had on them. And that's dope! I'm a big melee guy, but I tried a little bit of stealth and some bow and arrow action, and honestly, it felt great. The slow-mo kill cam is the icing on the cake, and you don't even have to nail a headshot to get it. Sometimes you get a slow-mo shot of a guy taking an arrow in the ass. In all seriousness though, if you haven't played Tainted Grail: The Fall of Avalon yet, make sure to give it a shot. It even has a demo on Steam, so anyway. At number 3 we have Outcast A New Beginning. And I'm sure most of you are way too young to know the original game, but me? I'm old as fuck! I saw it on TV when I was a kid, and I never got a chance to play it. So I'm glad I got to play this reboot. Keep in mind this is an old school game with some stiff animations and plenty of trials to progressively upgrade the best feature in the game, the jetpack. Plus the world is really beautiful, so it's fun to fly through it. My only problem with this game is that they're selling it for $60 when it clearly should be 40 tops. By the way, you can get it for just $20 on Instant Gaming. Alright, enough with the plugs. Now when it comes to the fourth game, I saw the cover art somewhere, didn't really know what the game was about, so I looked it up on YouTube, I thought it was interesting, tried it out, and it ended up being my most played game of 2023. Apart from being a turn-based tactical RPG, Wartales is also a survival game where you can recruit as many mercenaries and animals as you can feed. You can learn many professions to craft all kinds of gear and either use it or sell it to make some money. What I also love about Wartales is that it lets you do whatever you want. So you can be a nice hero and help people out, or you could just rob and kill everyone. Now if you have an old ass PC, you could play Maximum Action. As the name suggests, this PS1 looking game is action packed. You can dual wield all kinds of weapons and make bullets rain. So you'll be diving all the time and shooting people in slow-mo. And when you finish a level, you can watch the replay and see how goofy the whole thing actually looked. No, but for real, the bullet time action part never gets old. But hey, if you really like this kind of stuff and you have a half-decent PC, you might want to check out Tripang 2 instead. It looks great and it's super well optimized. No matter how crazy things get, the game never stutters or slows down. Speaking of slowing down, apart from your invisibility cloak, you can slow down time to fuck these dudes up. Watch out though, cause the enemies will surround you, flank you, and chase you. They can be relentless. The game is super gory, which is awesome, and whether you use stealth or go guns blazing, there's a lot of fun to be had in Tripang 2, which just got a new DLC by the way, so check it out. To make this video, I had to try out a bunch of games I never heard of, and that's how I stumbled upon Elder Legacy, which reminded me of Valheim in the art style and survival elements, but also, I don't know if you guys remember Gothic. I felt similar vibes playing this. Probably because any monster can kill you in 2 hits. I was walking in the forest, saw a mushroom, but as soon as I got close enough to pick it, it turned out to be a monster that could one-shot me. And it did. Also, I found this crayfish, which I was gonna kill, but it turned out to be an NPC with a quest. So this game is interesting to say the least. Too bad it's only got Russian audio for now though. At number 7 we have a completely different game. Whether you like racing or just ramming your opponents until they literally drop dead, Trail Out is a blast. The hilariously bad voice acting makes it even more enjoyable. Check this out.
I've been waiting for you, you son of a bitch!
Yep, they stole that from the Predator movie, and they didn't stop there. You'll be racing against Big Cheese, aka Big Smoke, and Sonya Blade from Mortal Kombat is called Sonya Mass here. Oh, and the whole game is obviously a flat-out ripoff, but at least it's got split screen, it's fun, and it's cheap. Next we have Zoria Age of Shattering, a squad-based tactical RPG that I had on my backlog for a few months now. It's a nice little game that you can get for $25 or less, and if you like games where you spend more time comparing stats than actually fighting, then you'll definitely get your money's worth here. Seriously, after every fight, the game throws an insane amount of loot at you. At number 10, we have a free game. Fallout London is a huge mod for Fallout 4, so you gotta have the base game as well as all the DLCs, but still, the fact that this is free is awesome. I feel like not that many people heard of this game, so I decided to add it to the list, even though I recommend you wait for a patch cause I experienced tons of crashes. Moving on to the next game, in case YouTube doesn't work out for me, I've been thinking of a plan B, and that's why I started playing Drug Dealer Simulator 2. You start with some marijuana, and you slowly work your way up. You put the weed in little bags, you weigh them, and then you make your first deliveries. Now you better watch out when you play this, cause Drug Dealer Simulator is addictive. Last but not least, there are only 1,000 people playing No Rest for the Wicked, and honestly, I think this game deserves much more attention. It's an isometric Souls-like that's also a survival game, and it has some roguelite action too, thanks to the newly revamped Crucible. In case you didn't know, this is made by the studio behind all the Ori games. That's why the art style is absolutely beautiful. Apart from chopping down trees, mining, and fishing, you'll obviously be fighting all kinds of enemies, and they're tough. So make sure to craft or buy the best gear, upgrade it, and most importantly, use a controller. I feel like that's a no-brainer, cause some games are better played with a controller, and this is one of them. And that's gonna be it for the best PC games you probably never played. I hope this video helped you find some new games to play. If you want the most recent and biggest PC games, check out the video I made a few weeks ago. You'll find it on the end screen and also in the description. Speaking of the description, that's also where you'll find the link to get your favorite games for cheap and support the channel. It's been Hitman89. See you guys very soon.
I will not stop, I am prepared to get to the top, yeah, you must be rare. God, I'm like, hey